Just any weekend, but Chief Lumpkin's first weekend on the job. Well, he just responded to all of the violence. WJCL's Megan Schiller, she went to some of the communities affected. She joins us live here in this studio with the latest.
That's right. We saw 9 shootings, all from the span of Friday night and through Sunday night. In those cases, in the handful of those cases, the victim knew the gunman. And it's something that is a lot more common than you'd think. A shooting on West Bay Street on Friday night. A man found dead in his car on Hudson Hill Saturday morning. Shots fired on Brandon Lane and Maryland Avenue Saturday afternoon. Another victim found on Lucas Avenue Saturday night, and a homicide at Westlake Apartments Sunday night. The list is too long for neighbors like Sharon Gray.
There's a lot of crime, I understand. It looks like a nice, sweet little quaint neighborhood, but I promise you it's not, and there needs to be something more done about it.
In at least half of the last 6 shootings, the shooter and the victim knew each other, something that veteran police detective Armando Tamargo says doesn't surprise him.
Normally in most shootings, in my experience here, is the assailant and the victim knew each other. Whether it's a formal association, if it's a casual association, they know them from the neighborhood or they know them from a certain part of town.
So that means you're much more likely to be shot by someone you know or even love, instead of catching a bullet by a stranger in a drive-by.
Normally there is some type of relationship between the two. Not saying that it's good or bad, but saying that there is some type of relationship or some type of story.
And for these shootings, investigators worked all weekend, bringing a few suspects into custody. It's a police presence that neighbors are noticing.
Police have been here often. I'm very impressed with the police patrol. And it seems like they do drive around the neighborhood.
But even though the shootings weren't all entirely random stranger-on-stranger crimes, Gray says it still counts as bullets, flying way too close to home.
And I've been approached for people wanting to sell me crack, trying to sell me marijuana. I just walk as fast as I can, shut the door, and go inside.
Now, still, when it comes to all this, the biggest disadvantage when the victim knows the shooter is that they don't always talk or cooperate with police. That makes it much harder for detectives. Police guys, they are actively searching throughout to find suspects for all of these cases that happened this weekend, and that brings the total homicide tally up to 29.
Wow.
All right, appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan.